Namaste friends, I hope you all had a fantastic Ganesh festival. Many of you all have written back to me and have told me that uh, as per my instructions, they, even if they had just 1.5 days Ganpati at their place, they continued doing the sadhana, and because of which they really felt very nice. Uh, they continued doing the homa or the Atharva Shirsh Parayan. So they did the sadhana of 11 days, which was very good. I was also very humbled to know all of these things because when you set somebody on the path of sadhana, it is a very satisfying experience. So I really liked, and thank you very much for all of you for doing this. Many of you all have now written back to me and said that uh, what will be something that a simple process or a simple method for the Navratri festival. So I'm doing this video for Navratri festival. I had actually in between taken one session for Pitru Paksh. I know a few of y'all had joined my uh, group where we did a Zoom, and there was a friend of mine called Tirath ji who also showed a very practical way of doing a shortest Pitru Tarpana. That was also a very good thing. So Pitru Pakshas, what instructions which needed to be given has been given. Now we are coming to the Navratri one. So please understand that the Shakti Sadhana or the Devi Sadhana um, is a much more complex and elaborate method than particularly certain sadhanas. There are many layers added to this. Some of it is sadhana patdhati, some of it is also certain things that has come over the years through family processes or um, the culture or the lineage processes which have also been attached. So all of them uh, have some or the other significance. Let me pick up a few things which you can do and which is easy to do. So one of the major things that Navratri festival should have is the Kalash Sthapana. Now this Kalash Sthapana, don't get overwhelmed because many people, they, especially women, they say, okay, I will do a Ghata Sthapana in between if I have my periods, while in the next 9 days, if I have my periods, I will not be able to do the puja. Please understand that the Navratri festival, though there is a lot of individual sadhana, but an entire family participates in it. Okay, so make sure that even if you are not able to do the puja of the Ghata or the Kalasha, then at least somebody else from the family can do the puja of the Kalash. But you can do the Ghata Sthapana. Now, Ghata Sthapana, there are various ritualistic or cultural layers to it also. Like for example, in the western side, in Gujarat, etc., they will have something called as the Garba, where they keep the mud pot and there is Akhanda diya inside it. In Maharashtra and many other places, I think even in the south, it is that they, sow some seeds, and then there is plantations also which comes out in these 9 days, and then there are lot of decorations which are done of the Ghata. Even if you don't do all of these things, just keep a simple kalasha which has got water in it, and put some haldi kumkum in it, put some flower petals in it, put a coin in it, put kaudi, okay, in it. Or if you don't get kaudi, you can also put lavang, which is clove, in it. Some of them also put kesar, some certain strands of kesar if you can put in it, that also is there. And then you have ampatta, which is mango leaves, 5 mango leaves, which represents the 5 elements, 5 tattvas of your body, that is there. And then the nariyal, okay, which is the coconut, which represents your head, so that your focus and your concentration is actually in the process, in the ritual, in the sadhana. It represents that, so it's a symbolic representation of that. That is kept on the nariyal. Nariyal is kept on the ghata. Now this kalasha is then placed over rice grains, akshat, on a plate where there are rice grains, and then you can keep this. So the entire embodiment of the earth element, the water element, the akasha element, and then with the fire you will do the arti of it. So therefore the fire element and the vayu element, which is the space and the environment around it, all of that is embodied. It's the kalasha is actually you. Okay, so don't get scared. For this is for the women who would probably have their periods in between. You do the ghata sthapana, let somebody else do the puja of the ghata in case you get your periods. So do the Kalash Sthapana. The Kalasha will have to be worshipped every day. You can do a simple Panchopchar puja of the Kalasha. In case you have a Murti of Durga or Amba Mata or a picture or a photograph or of a frame or something like that, you can even keep that. So you can have the picture of the Devi. If you don't have the picture of the Devi, your Kalasha itself will suffice. Okay. Now the next thing which is there is the Akhanda Diya. Okay. So this Akhanda Diya is basically when you are taking a sankalpa, you can take a Nishkama sankalpa or you can take a Kamya sankalpa also of doing this Navaratri puja. And this Akhanda Diya would be a witness to that. Now this Akhanda Diya is basically made, you can put the tel ka diya or you can put a ghee ka diya. Okay, so you can use any of this. You have to be just careful that the diya does not go away in between, okay, of the 9 days. Now don't get too scared even if it goes away. It's not a bad omen or something like that. You have just not been careful. That's the only thing. Okay, light it again and let the Akhanda Diya be there. As far as possible, try to see that this is an Akhanda Diya. The way that I put the Akhanda Diya is that early morning on the first day, I get up, I do a Chandi Homa, and the fire of the Homa, I keep it in the Akhanda Diya. And that Akhanda Diya then goes for the next 9 days. And all the rituals that I do, which is the next Chandi Homa or the Arti or anything of that sort, that is the flame of that Akhanda Diya that I take. Okay, so but not necessary that you have to do it that way, but you can do it that way. So Akhanda Diya is another one which can be placed next to the Kalasha. Okay, now you can also decorate it with flowers, do a little bit of puja for it, and you can keep the Akhanda Diya. Apart from that, for your mantra japa, you can do the Navarana mantra japa, Aim Reem Klim Chamunda Viche, which is the Navarana mantra japa. You can do that. You can do the Parayan of Sapta Shloki. Sapta Shloki is right at the beginning of the Saptashati. If in case you don't know how to read the entire Saptashati, you can do the Sapta Shloki 11 times Parayan or 21 times Parayan in a day. You can do that. Now it is for those who wants very simple steps and they don't want to, probably they don't have the wherewithal or the time to do a lot many things. Okay, so you can do a Sapta Shloki Parayan, you can do Navarana Mantra Japa, you can do that. And for those who want to pick up the Parayan of Saptashati, now Saptashati is a Sanskrit book, best is from the Gita Press, Gorakhpur. So take that book and read the Saptashati. Now in that everything is there, the Saptashati, how to go about doing the puja of the book, etc, etc. Even if you don't get into that kind of a thing, what you can do is you can, if you are not well versed with the text, you can do certain chapters on certain days and that will be the part of your Parayan. Okay, so like for example, I do the Saptashati day in and day out, so therefore I will be doing the entire Parayan every day. Okay, but for those who are picking up the book for the first time, they can look at first day first chapter, second day second and third chapter, third day fourth chapter, fourth day fifth, sixth, seventh and eighth chapter, fifth day ninth and 10th chapter, sixth day 11th chapter, seventh day 12th and 13th chapter, eighth day you do the Murti Rahasyam a small havan, and Kshama Prarthana. And the ninth day you do the Kanya Pujan. Now Kanya Pujan is also a very important step when you are doing a sadhana patdhati of the Devi. Okay, so I will come to it once again, but once again I'll repeat. First day you do the first chapter, second day you do the second and third chapter, third day you do the fourth chapter, fourth day you do the fifth, sixth, seventh and eighth chapter, fifth day you do the ninth and the 10th chapter, sixth day you will do the 11th chapter, seventh day you will be doing the 12th and the 13th chapter, on the 8th day you will be doing the Murti Rahasyams, the Havan and the Shama Prarthana, which is also there in the Gita Press book, and the ninth day you will be doing the Kanya Pujan. Okay, so this is your Parayan Vidhi. Okay, now one thing that you have to keep in mind is that there is a Shapodhar mantra which is there in the text. Okay, that Shapodhar mantra you will do on every day. You will also do the Kavach, Argala and Kilak every day. So while you are doing the first day, only one chapter is that, but you will do the Shapodhar and you will do the Kavach, Argala and Kilak also. Okay, so you will look at say about 45 minutes to 1 hour at least where you are doing this these chapters. Okay, so your, or maybe a little more than that. So this is your Parayan Vidhi. People who are not able to do so much, okay, can do every day, and if they are not well versed with the text, then they can do the Madhyam Charitra, which is the second, third and the fourth chapter every day along with Kavach, Argala and Kilak. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And people who are well versed with the text, people who are well versed with the text and are can do the entire 700 verses every day, can please do the entire 700 verse Parayan every day. Okay, and if people who know how to do Chandi Homa can do the Chandi Homa of all the 700 verses with the Angas, etc. Okay, now if Chandi Homa, because generally Chandi Homa would take about 2.5 hours to 3 hours for a well versed person who is very used to the text. So you can also do the Sapta Shloki, and if you want to just, you have other commitments like for example office and so on and so forth, then you have to really go somewhere and all of that, then you do the Sapta Shloki Havan. Okay, or there is a short Devi Homa which is there in the easyhoma.org DIY manuals, so look at those as well. Now there is a lot that happens during the Shakti Puja. Please understand that what you are doing is you are worshipping the divine feminine energy of the universe. So be very careful with how you deal with women, how you deal with girl child, and show respect to them. In our local cultural ethos, there is also the where women call other married women to their houses, they give them some gifts, they feed them and so on and so forth. Now these are also certain things which is considered. Now you all will ask that why only married women, because Devi is a Saubhagyavati, she is considered like that. But now with changing dimensions, okay, women as a whole you can look at in terms of respecting them and giving them proper treatment. Of course, it should not get confined or narrowed down to only the 9 days, but it should be given proper treatment and respect overall. They are Shakti Swarupas, so therefore they should be given that treatment. Having said these 9 days, be extra careful when you are dealing with women and girl childs. 9th day is the Kanya Puja. Now on the 9th day, you can get a child, small girl child, okay, who is of not a menstruation age, and you will get her to your house, feed her, give her some gifts. One of the important aspects is Pada Puja during this time, and while you give gifts, etc., to women, treat them with respect, the worshipping of the feet of the women is an important ritual. Now, as a man, if you are men and you are not able to do the worship of the women, as I said to you, involve other family members, and if that also does not happen, then you can from far fall at their feet and do your, pay your respects to them. Now, a few other things that one can consider is the 108 names of Durga, or you can do the 32 names of Durga, which is a very, very potent stotram. Okay, so that is also there in the Saptashati book. People who are not well versed with Sanskrit can do it in the Prakrit language, which means that you can do it in Hindi, Marathi, or whatever language that you are comfortable with, and those books are also available. So you can do the same Parayan Vidhi, chapters, one chapter each day or 2-3 chapters each day. You will take that and you will look at the Prakrit Bhasha, which is the practical Bhasha or the language that you are comfortable with. You can even do it that way. Now, few other things while you are gifting the women, there is haldi kumkum which is involved in the gifts that you would give. While you can give whatever gift that you want to bring, any shringar item for them or any kitchen item for them or any wallet, purse, etc. But the main things that you should give them gifts with is the haldi kumkum, the betel leaves, nariyal. Okay, these are a few things that you please keep in mind when you are giving them the gifts. For the girl child Kanya Puja, you can give a frock or a dress or sari, salwar kameez, whatever. Shringar is another point. People who would do homa can also perform the bali. Bali part is also given in the manual, and you can look at doing the bali as well. I generally do the bali of the white goat, and that I do on the 9th day or the 8th day. 8th or the 9th day. I also do the Sandhi Puja, which is the transition period between the Ashtami and the Navami, and I do the Sandhi Puja with a lot of Shringar items for the Devi. Now, you don't necessarily have to do all of these things, but I take this 9 days as a almost 24-hour sadhana. So, people who will not be able to do those things can refrain themselves. They should not tie themselves in the knot that I have not been able to do it, and so on and so forth. But just do these basic things, and Aarti, Puja of the Kalasha, these are the things which is very nice, and you can do it as a sadhana. As soon as you start reading the Saptashati, it itself become, the Parayan Vidhi itself will become a sadhana. So it will be great to know how you are doing your Navratra, and again write back to me and tell me how was your experience. Thank you so much. Om Namah Shivaya.